Are you tired of the same old beach trips? Want to explore a place that'll totally blow your swimsuit off? We've got you covered. We're heading to Montenegro, the ultimate paradise where wearing a swimsuit isn't even an option. Picture yourself basking in the sun, feeling the sand between your toes, and swimming in crystal-clear Adriatic Sea. Don't stress, new beaches in Montenegro are totally legal and widely accepted. Plus, it's the perfect chance to relax and embrace nature, while letting go of your inhibitions. Montenegro is so much more than just its gorgeous beaches. It's a country with a rich history and culture. Do you know that the country boasts the world's smallest university in Bar, with just one student and one professor? Now that's quite unique. Montenegro has its very own island called Ada Bojana. How cool is that? You know, there are countless beautiful women out there, but what truly sets Montenegro women apart from the rest? It's their amazing ability to adapt and thrive in any situation. Now, I know you might be thinking Montenegro isn't even a country. But let me tell you, it is, and its women are some of the most incredible partners you could ever hope for. These ladies have an innate ability to mold themselves into the perfect partner for you. They can adapt to your needs, your desires, and your lifestyle with ease. It's like they were born to be your other half. So if you're looking for a partner who will be by your side through thick and thin, then a Montenegro woman is definitely the one for you. 3 surprising and endearing things about Montenegro women culture that might just make you fall head over heels for these amazing ladies. First off, Montenegro women have a unique way of saying no that's both endearing and intriguing. Instead of simply saying no, they might reply with "I don't have it" or "I don't know." Imagine how charming it would be if your partner did this. It's like they're playing hard to get in the most endearing way possible. Secondly, Montenegrin ladies are masters at making sure no food goes to waste. They can turn almost anything into a delicious meal, whether it's a leftover bone or a piece of stale bread. If you're lucky enough to share a meal with one, you'll witness firsthand their incredible culinary skills and resourcefulness. Lastly, Montenegrin women possess a distinct ability to remain calm even in stressful situations. They keep their cool when faced with chaos, making them truly remarkable partners in any situation life throws at them. Montenegro is far more than just this incredibly gorgeous beach. We're discussing not just spectacular mountains and breathtaking lakes, but also historic towns laden with a touch of charming European flavor. Additionally, the crime rate in this place is remarkably low, ensuring you won't have any concerns when exploring this fascinating destination without a care in the world. Are you prepared to leave behind that oppressive tanning glow and immerse yourself in the thrilling experiences that await you in Montenegro? If so, you'll need to hit that subscribe button right away, for you're in for an adventure that'll undoubtedly be etched in your memory forever. Montenegro gained its independence on May 26, 2006, through a robust referendum, becoming the world's youngest nation ever at only 16 years old. Surrounded by Bosnia, Croatia, Serbia, and Albania, it shares substantial cultural and political similarities with the Serbian people. This passion for political autonomy could eventually lead Montenegro even closer to the heart of the European Union. With an area spanning 1,400,000 square kilometers and a population amounting to around 650,000 people, Montenegro is predominantly Christian but also contains a few significant Muslim communities. Although it's not yet a member of the European Union, Montenegrin residents continue to use the euro as its official currency. So, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. We just can't wait to create even more exceptional content for you. As we commit ourselves to producing only the best experiences, be sure to take a look at that subscribe button too. Now, let me give you a brief overview about the country's current economy. It's not going exactly as smoothly as you'd hope. Just picture this place that has just endured a particularly difficult process of being detached from Yugoslavia. So, they're fairly well strapped for resources, really. Now, you see, they produce stuff here at home, but it's not much, and that's why they import a whole bunch of things from other countries in different parts of Europe. If Europe just suddenly stopped treating them nice, they could really hit a rough patch. That's where foreign investors come in handy, showing us how important they are in the economy of Montenegro. So, on top of that, a lot of the money Montenegro earns comes from companies that are outside their country, and a bunch of people come here for the stunning bay of Kotor. Funky, amazing, huh? Europe has these gorgeous bays and the famous Badar Riviera, known for its medieval architecture and sweet beaches. Plus, there are fancy hotels and loads of cool stuff to do. But in the banking world, it's still behind other countries. Digital banking services aren't as developed, and even basic transactions can sometimes require you to visit a bank. They've got a range of taxes too, like personal and corporate income tax, which can go from 9% to 15%. And guess what? They've even got the flat tax of 15% on practically all types of income for salaries less than 700 euros per month. There is no tax on income between 700 euros and 1,000 euros per month. The rate is 9% above this amount. A tax rate of 15% is applied. Let's talk about the cost of living. The average cost of renting a standard apartment in Montenegro generally ranges from 350 euros to 700 euros. It is important to highlight that the amount you will pay for rent can vary according to several factors such as the location of the property, whether it is furnished, and whether the items inside are new or old. To give an example, suppose you can find a standard apartment in Montenegro for 400 euro. Electricity cost for a family of 2 or 3 people in average is around 50 euros. An advantage is that tap water in Montenegro is totally safe to drink, and it's like, does it require you to buy bottled water? Actually, the average cost of going fast internet and fiber optics does not exceed 20 euros. In addition to additional expenses such as rental fees and environmental taxes adds up to a maximum of 115 euros for food for 2 or 3 people. It is important to be prepared to spend at least 300 euros per month. Lastly, the minimum wage current in the country is 530 euros. Although this figure is relatively low compared to other European countries, it is important to remember that living costs in Montenegro are generally lower than in most European countries. The public healthcare system in Montenegro does not reach the highest standards, but it is also being a manager or employee of a company doesn't mean you'll have to pay any additional costs, as long as you make monthly contributions. It's crucial to remember that you also have the option to use their healthcare private system, which offers a wide range of affordable private doctors and healthcare providers. Example, a blood test can cost between 20 and 30 euro, making it unnecessary to visit a public hospital. Additionally, a dental checkup can cost approximately 20 euros. They allow great freedom on the beaches when it comes to tourism. What I am mentioning is that when visiting these, common to see people around you sunbathing naked without embarrassment. People walk naked along the beaches at 5 o'clock. 12 minutes and 30 seconds, I dive into the ocean with a positive attitude. What's interesting is that due to the country's abundance of well-being, crime rates are remarkably low. You can walk down the streets of Montenegro at 2 in the morning without worrying about robbery. Besides, Montenegrin is the official language, but if you know some Bosnian, Serb, Albanian, or Croatian, you can easily live peacefully here. It's not a big country, so the vehicle fleet is modest, and finding parking isn't a problem. As for the local language, if you know any Bosnian, Serbian, Albanian, or Croatian, you'll definitely get along in no time. Let me explain, all these languages have something in common with the Islamic culture from the past. You see, the people from these places used to live in a mostly Islamic country. That's why it's important to remember that English isn't included in this list. Surprisingly, it might be a bit disappointing for some travelers who think they can easily understand everything being said. Well, most of the inhabitants of this place only speak a limited amount of English, especially in government and business settings. When you're walking around in Montenegro, you'll notice tons of churches, even though there are also Muslims and Catholics living there. Most of the people in this place are Orthodox Christians, and you'll find out that they make up the majority. Although Muslims have the largest minority group, they still have a considerable number of people who follow the same faith as the Orthodox Christians. The population of Montenegro is young, with an average age of about 30 years. The demographic profile of this country is really interesting because men and women's life expectancy rates are much higher than in most places. For example, the average life expectancy of men in Montenegro is at 73 years, while the life expectancy of women is at 78 years. You know, this little country usually has a pretty conservative view towards sexuality, especially when it comes to homosexuality. That's why it's important for any LGBT visitors to be prepared for any reactions they might encounter in public spaces especially. You also don't want them getting too caught up in their pride. Or, to put it another way, people from countries like Lithuania and Ireland might find this European country a bit challenging to adjust to its stance on alcohol consumption. It's fascinating how Montenegro stands out for everyone who wants to live in Europe without having to fret about paying insane taxes like those in other European places. Plus, it's an awesome option for digital nomads and perpetual tourists, thanks to its lower costs and straightforward ways to avoid becoming a tax resident. To wrap things up, let's give a quick overview of our whirlwind visit to Montenegro. If you're looking for a packed adventure with a healthy dose of culture and relaxation, include Montenegro on your must-visit list, no matter what. Don't forget to give this video a like, click that subscribe button and tap on the video now popping on your screen.